to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Avery, and today's video I'm going to be doing something I've done before, but I'm actually structuring this a bit differently in case you're curious about the timing of it all. So what I mean by this is when I make these weekly budget check-ins, I usually film it all at once at the end of the week, and I have to categorize and track all of my expenses throughout the week. This time though, I'm going to just do clips as I am spending money. So right now it's Sunday, February 9th, and I just posted my last video, so I'm going to just restart now. That way I can kind of track the expenses in real time for me, but then I'll edit it all together and post it at the end of the following week. That way I am more on top of things as I go. So like I mentioned, welcome back to my channel. My name is Avery and I make videos all about personal finance and budgeting. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely like this video and subscribe. I'd love to have you here. Okay, so I've had a couple transactions already on Sunday, February 9th. For the first thing that I did, hold on, let me undo this just so you know the heart attack I about had when I logged on to this. If you see here, when I did my last video or last transaction on here, I put in $1,200.21. Well, I did a typo, so when the payment came in and cleared, they didn't match. So then I thought maybe I accidentally sent $2,400 to this credit card, and I really hope I didn't. I don't think I did. But when you look up here, because it was the tracking or the transaction was messed up, it's saying that I like overspent, and then over here on my checking it was saying $151.90. So thank God that there's auto import for this. That way it probably would have messed me up later too, like I wouldn't have noticed the difference. But since it auto imported in the correct amount, I can just go ahead and delete the transaction that has missing the 6 cents. And now since I've done that, it looks more accurate. I have the $782.86 for the current balance, which does match what's in my credit card. So yeah, mini heart attack there. And then I'm going to go over here to my checking, and I'm going to go ahead and approve this transaction, and I think mark it cleared. Let me check my bank account real quick and just make sure that has actually happened. Okay, so it hasn't happened yet, which makes sense because I made the payment on Saturday, so I'll leave it uncleared for now. But that's what's going on there. And then on my Quicksilver card, I have made some transactions. Let me go ahead and approve these things that have matched, so they have cleared. I use the budgeting software YNAB or You Need a Budget. And I'll have a link down below for a 34-day free trial. If you subscribe using my link, you'll get a month free, an additional month free, and I'll also get a month free. So something you can try if you're interested in this software. Okay, I've had a transaction on here. Let me go ahead and obviously track it. So taking a look, so how Sunday has gone so far is I woke up. What else happened? I woke up at like 6, which I was happy with. And then at 7:30, I made breakfast. And then at like 8:30, I left and went to spin class. So I've already exercised today, and then after that I got a coffee at Whole Foods, which is the next transaction I need to track. So I spent $4.50 at Whole Foods, or maybe I'll just mark it as coffee shop because that's what it was. So $4.50. And then the other transaction I had is I went to Target. This is going to be a bunch of splits. I spent $51.80, and this is going to be broken out a few different ways. So I have a receipt here. I'm going to do, let's see, I spent $3.59 on garlic bread, $4.89 on Chobani coffee creamer, $3.19 on, it just says New York. Now what the hell's that? I don't know. Maybe did I buy something? I don't know why it says New York. I think it was actually like whipped cream. So I'm gonna okay, so let me go ahead and do a split transaction on here so they can go into different categories. The first one, we'll do groceries. I spent $3.59 plus $4.89 plus $3.19. And that's $11.67. Then there's actually there's no tax on food in Ohio, so don't need to do anything else there. And then I spent money on, I bought new shampoo and conditioner, and I have the opinion that you do not need expensive like items, like beauty items, so like hair supplies or things like that. I actually filmed a a vertical video, like a YouTube short, and I just haven't posted it. That's basically like my drugstore hair care routine, and I have curly hair, so I think a lot of times with curly hair, you really get sold like this idea that you need a lot of expensive products and that you need to use a lot of products. You really do not. Like, case in point, all of my hair products I have been using from the drugstore, like Target or whatever. I'm not going to Sephora or Ulta or buying anything special or fancy. So I did need to buy new. I have tried that stuff before, but I actually don't think it makes a huge difference. Like I said, I have a YouTube video. I have a short YouTube video that's just like the cost of my hair care routine that I'll probably maybe edit, or I'll redo and edit and post at some point. But if you're interested in my hair care hot takes or my beauty hot takes and the cost of beauty, let me know. I would love to just go on and on about it. I bring all this up to say that I bought some new shampoo and conditioner, and I literally just bought Suave. So let me take this out of beauty, clothing and beauty. I bought Suave shampoo, Suave conditioner, and then I bought another pack of Suave shampoo and conditioner because, I don't want to get all into the details, at least not in this video. So $1.99 on shampoo, $1.99 on conditioner, and then I bought like a slightly different kind that all serve different purposes. Hold on a second. Update total. So $5.99 plus $1.99 plus $1.99 is $9.97, and then I'll do 1.075 for the tax. Okay, why did I do this? $51.80 is how much I spent total. So $11.67 for groceries, $10.72 for shampoo and conditioner. Let me go ahead and make a memo here. Might as well. And then I also spent $11.77 on, we're going to call it medical supplies, $11.37. And then let me go ahead and do the tax on this as well. So 0.075, and then the remaining amount is going to be a new category that I just made called YouTube expenses. I bought the book Money for Couples by Ramit Sethi. I've read his I Will Teach You to Be Rich before, and I did like that book a lot. And that was years ago at this point. And I think this Money for Couples just came out. And the reason why I'm putting it under YouTube expenses is I'm not a tax preparer or a tax accountant or anything like that. However, now that I'm monetized, I'm figuring this out as I go, but now that I'm monetized, I am making a little bit, like a very small amount of money off of these videos. And what I'm bringing this up to say is I now think like if I have YouTube related expenses, I might be able to deduct some of that on my taxes. Don't take my word for it. So the reason why I'm putting this book under YouTube expenses is because I have a plan for me and Nathan to read this book, and we're going to go through it like essentially either in a video or in a series on my channel. So it's going to be for content, I guess. So that's why I'm tracking it separately. That way when tax time comes around, if that is something I can deduct, and again, I'll figure this out as I go along, if that's something I can deduct, I'm going to deduct it, because that's the main, or the goal, or why I'm purchasing the book, is so I can talk through it on this YouTube channel. Would I have bought it regardless? I don't know, honestly. But since me and Nathan are engaged and we're thinking about like how we're combining our finances or how we will be handling money together moving forward, I definitely think it was a good idea to get it, and then I can tell you guys about it. So I don't know, but yeah, $17.19, and I put it under YouTube expenses, and I guess this also means that I need to keep track of this receipt. 2025, the year I get organized. Okay, so that is the other transaction I had. So since that is overspent now on the YouTube expenses, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this from YouTube upgrades. So that's fine. They're kind of the same thing at this point as far as I'm concerned. Let me check my journey card real quick. I have not had any new transactions, so I'm just gonna go ahead and approve everything that has been cleared since yesterday and today. So that's kind of where I'm at currently. For the rest of Sunday, I'm going to be kind of filming more videos. I'm going to go on a walk, things like that. I don't really anticipate spending any more money, hopefully, but we shall see. All right, on to the next clip. I'm back and it's Friday, and I think where I last left off, it was like Sunday or Monday or something. It was the beginning of the week, and I said I was going to track my spending in like small clips on the way to the end of the week. It's seriously like the heat is going off right now, and there's an airplane going overhead. I just can't win, I guess. So hold on. What was I even talking about? So yeah, I didn't it's Friday. Hello. And I'm gonna go ahead and track the rest of my expenses for this week. I'm telling you, I got up to close the heat vent and to wait for the plane to pass, and I forgot how to even conceptualize or think of a thought. So we'll see how this goes. How did the week go for me? So glad you asked. It was fine. I think. I don't, man, I feel like this is, what top-notch content do I got going on here? Let's just get into it, and maybe it'll all come back to me on what I did this week. So I spent money. I know that much. The zoo. Oh my gosh. See, I'm not even in the right order. I was like, what the hell happened here? I thought someone hacked my account. Okay, so I spent $11 on a bagel sandwich on Monday or Tuesday, and it's Tuesday, I think. And I documented that on my Instagram. I did what I spent that day on my Instagram, and I spent a lot of money, which you will see. Apparently, I bought Starburst. Oh, I didn't even document this. I just was spending money, I guess. So the vending machine has been getting at me. I spent $4 on like the world's largest bag of Starburst, which really shouldn't even be in a vending machine. It was like a party size pack, and I just sat there and ate it at work all day. Which reminds me, when I got off work today, we went to this bakery, and I bought like a buttercream ice cookie. It was good. And I bought peanut brittle, which, by the way, like when you eat peanut brittle, it's like you're ordering a cavity is how it feels. But I ate it regardless. It was in a heart-shaped box for Valentine's Day. I had to eat it. Then, now I'm sitting here questioning my life decisions, because I realized before I left work, I got another thing of Starburst, which I should go ahead and track. That was like $2.25, a smaller one, thinking I'm practicing restraint, only to not be. So $2.25. But all that to be said, I ate too much sugar today, and it didn't even, see, we're having some problems here. I spent $28 on like a cute little cake for Valentine's Day. That was really good. $6 at a coffee shop. I spent 49 cents at Whole Foods because I went to spin class, and I forgot my water bottle that I filled up and left at home, which happens probably, filling up the water bottle and leaving it at home probably happens more than remembering to bring the water bottle to class. So 49 cents for Whole Foods for a bottle of water, and it was spring water too. I'm so brave. I don't like spring water very much, but it tasted fine. And I probably should like it, so might as well drink it. I spent $119 on my cycle bar membership for my spin classes. I spent $12.48 on Chipotle. I spent $51.80 at Target. This is just a match transaction, so let me go ahead and clear all these. I just spent $8 at another bakery, so I need to input that into here. We had our Valentine's Day dinner yesterday on Thursday, and I'll put some pictures on the screen because we ate some food. We went to this pasta place, and what I really want to get to in life is to the point where, like, what I want us to do, which really, when I say this, it's more like a pep talk to myself, because Nathan does not have this issue. I want to get to a point where we're really limiting our dining out, and to the point where instead of spending like $30 here, $40 here, or $60 here, which happens at least like once a week, we can just, instead of spending that money on small like meals at places like Roosters or whatever, or Raising Cane's, we should just go out once or twice a month to a nice restaurant and have a really nice meal. I'm kind of in my foodie era. Not necessarily spend less on dining out, but to consolidate our dining out experiences into one very nice experience. We went to this place on New Year's that was like a tasting menu, and I thought it was good then, but honestly, eating at this place that we had for Valentine's Day made me realize the other place sucked, because it was like similar price, but this one is way better as far as I'm concerned. So I think just good to know for the future, I guess. I want to keep working through like high class, what's the word, high money. I want to keep working through some of the higher end, there it is, some of the higher end experiences or food in the city. In our anniversary, what is this? Our 5-year, hold on, let me run it back. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Our 5th year, our anniversary of 5 years is happening in March. Now I'm realizing maybe we should, we don't normally celebrate, I feel like, but maybe we'll celebrate, because then we'll have an excuse to go get another nice meal. So yeah, I spent $8 at a bakery. I input the dining out. I also spent, I don't even know, because the vending machines at my job, they do this annoying thing where they will charge your card, like say they charge you like $2 or something, and then it does not matter what you select, they add a 25-cent like surcharge. Why can't we just bake that into the price? Because then it sits in my like pending transactions as one price, but then it posts as the other, but I can never remember which is which. So it's just annoying, I guess. So the vending machine, I also bought a Coke from the vending machine. You see the predicament I'm in, because I had leftover pasta today from when we went out yesterday. It just sounded like it'd be so good with a Coke. I've had too much sugar today, as I'm realizing now. My mistake. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be better. I spent $6.99, which really this just came out. So where's the thing at? $6.99 on Big Ten Plus. Let me fix this, because that's pretty straightforward. $6.99 on Big Ten Plus. Okay. Another thing I have beef with is Starbucks, because Starbucks, they be posting the transaction, but it takes forever for it to come. Just Starbucks transactions specifically take forever to import over to YNAB when you have a connected account, and I don't even understand why. Let's see. I also spent $11 on parking on Tuesday, because I had to leave work 30 whole minutes early and go to the doctor's office, and I got fitted for a 24-hour heart monitor because I'm falling apart apparently. I also spent $9.37 on Taco Bell. All these transactions have cleared in Capital One, but they're not here, obviously. So Starbucks, let's clear that one. And then the deli place, okay, that's cleared. This just came out. The parking has cleared. I think those are all the transactions. So if I double check, I just want to make sure that my cleared balance has reconciled $1,458.27. That matches my app. So yes, I spent a lot of money on Tuesday. So then I don't really know what happened the rest of the week, but clearly I spent some money. Okay, so I canceled Spotify, so I'm actually going to delete this transaction because it did not come out. Although I will say I'm struggling to switch from Spotify to Apple Music. Here's my review of Spotify and Apple Music. Apple Music is like better if you want to get rid of the clutter that Spotify has. Like there's just a bunch of fucking nonsense on Spotify, like podcasts, audiobooks. Like it's such a mess. It's like such an annoying interface to use. But Apple Music, you need to know what you want to listen to and like, because their discovery on there is really not that good. Like Spotify has like chill instrumental mix, and that was probably my number one most listened thing I listen to on Spotify. And let me tell you, Apple Music's beat instrumentals is even less. It's interesting because I'm gonna talk out of my ass for a second here, because Spotify has I think they use an algorithm or AI to curate their playlists that they make, and it's based off of your listening habits, blah, blah, blah. And I know when Apple Music came out, I'm not sure if it's still like this, but when Apple Music came out, their whole thing was like, oh, we use real people to make music, like to make these playlists and everything, which sounds good in theory, but like, why do I not like any of them? Why do I not like them? Their chill instrumental beats sucks. Like, I don't, and the cover looks horrible. Like, the cover I think is definitely AI made, so it's interesting. Long story short is like Nathan's telling me I should download this app and it'll transfer basically my library preferences and library from Spotify to Apple Music. But I'm like, no, I need to start fresh. So I'm just like like I don't have any playlists made anymore because I can't use like Spotify's playlist anymore. And then I haven't made any playlists yet on Apple Music, and the Apple Music playlists suck. So you see my predicament. I've just been listening to albums, which is not bad, but I don't know. I can't get into like a mood. I can't get in a mood listening anymore unless I just want to listen to a specific album. What a problem to have, you know? I guess there are people out there with real problems, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. But yeah, that's how Spotify. Oh, but I didn't want to be on Spotify. Really was pissing me off because like I just don't want to see. I'm done with this conversation actually. I don't know. No one signed up for my like 1 hour long thoughts about Spotify. But the whole point of the matter is Spotify did not come out. I did spend $5 on parking yesterday for the Valentine's Day meal. So just log that here. Oh my god. I spent more money. I also went to a different bakery yesterday and I spent, it says $15, but I think I spent more. $6, maybe it was $15. I don't know. I feel like I left a tip and maybe it's like $17. Yeah, that's not good. I don't know. Just been in my spend money, think later attitude. Then I spent, I guess, $30 at the therapist. I have so many bills that I need to pay that I've not been very good with time management this month and thinking management apparently, because that's what I'm talking about. I just got distracted and I don't know what I was talking about now. Oh, like time management's been bad. I have so many medical bills. Like I'm actually hooked up right now with every single medical system in the state. Like they're all asking me for bills, and if you can imagine, that's leading to horrible care too because none of them work well with each other. So that's kind of how things are going. Let me go ahead and clear this. If I go to American Express, I don't really think I have any other transactions on here. At least it's a 3-day weekend. Like I hope you all get presents. What is going on? Oh. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. It's a 3-day weekend. So if you get President's Day off, like I do, it's a 3-day weekend. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I go to a Father John Misty concert on Monday. Why he couldn't have had this concert on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, do not ask me. It had to be on Monday, of course, because he knew I had to work on Tuesday. So he wants me just exhausted and tired, but I will be going. It's going to be fine. Let's go ahead and check on my checking account, and maybe we'll do, I don't know, should we do a net worth update? Does that sound interesting? I'm not really sure where I'm at because I know I had the whole debacle with my emergency fund, which I basically just destroyed afterwards, and I'm now like rebuilding with a completely different mindset. I put $350 more into my brokerage because, like discussed previously, I need to be wealthy. I need to be rich and famous without the famous. I need to have options. And as nice as it is to put a ton of money into retirement, your brokerage account is really where you get all the most options. So I'm obviously still putting money into like my Roth IRA and stuff and like maxing it out and blah blah blah, but I need to keep my options available, which means I need to get some stacks of cash in my brokerage. Then I had a $100 deposit. I don't even know what to put this. deposit. It was a deposit. I'm gonna put it into Golden Girl Ginger, so my sister's dog, because it's my sister that gave me this money. So we'll put that straight into an inflow there. So now I have, oh my god, it was only $100. So now I have $200 in that, and then I might as well just go ahead and go to, well, let me make sure there's nothing else. Okay, I'm gonna go to Cash App, and I'm gonna go ahead and cash out the money. We're gonna put it in ready to assign Nathan dog money, because Nathan has been sending me money for the dog. $150 into ready to assign, and then I'm going to allocate that to the appropriate dog categories for our dog Cece. So $150 will be available Wednesday. You do know I never do the instant transfer, but I do think it's funny when they're like, this will be available Wednesday. These banks do have the technology and the capability, at least in other countries. And maybe I'm just making things up here, but fairly certain that I read one time that bank transfers are a lot more instant and immediate in other countries. But in the United States, they take days. Even though the money is all fake and digital anyways, it takes days. So let that sink in. I just think that's interesting, personally, but what do I know? Okay, so the Cash App hasn't, wait, hold on, make sure I got this right. It's trying to tell me, hold on, okay, there we go. Yes, so the balance is currently $835.11. No changes to my regular savings account. Can we talk about this YNAB change right here, where they changed it? I guess these were all together. The way I understood this before, although I will admit I didn't necessarily do the math, is that it used to be all combined. They didn't separate out cash and credit. Actually, that's exactly how it works. So they didn't separate out cash and credit. So they essentially, all your cash accounts would be here, and then your credit account would subtract out, and then this amount right here, this cash amount, would be essentially what the amount of money you had remaining after you took into account your credit card balances. And now it doesn't do that. And I don't like that. Because when I sit here and look at this, I'm thinking I have $13,596 total. But really, it's what? Hold on. Let me do the math, because I got to do the math now. It's I have $11,219. So it's just kind of, I think that's kind of annoying, personally. I don't necessarily agree with that change. Just making things, I guess I was reading a bit about it, and it helps, I guess, with credit card debt. But I feel like it would not have been hard to code in the option to set it up how you want. But what do I don't know anything. I'm not an expert. I send emails for a living, so what do I know? Quite literally, what do I know? Okay, let's check on let's go ahead and update my tracking accounts, so my investments, and we'll see where I'm at from a net worth standpoint. Okay, so let's start with my individual. So since I made that deposit, my balance is no longer this. It's now $498.22. So I'm getting close to the $500 mark. So we'll go ahead and create an adjustment and finish. And then don't even know where it's at. My Roth IRA is up a little bit. The stock market is kind of up, kind of down, kind of up, down, I don't pay attention too closely. I just periodically update the balances in here and move on with my life. No, the balance is currently $18,880. Oh, this is reminding me. Okay, let me go ahead and do this, and then we'll talk about a problem I'm having. $18,880. Let's check on my 401a. I'm going to try to check, but it's telling me the website might be down for maintenance. Okay, I think I had a deposit come through, so my new balance is $31,053. I personally think that is so cool, I've only been at it quite for a little bit, so it's kind of interesting to see how much money I've accumulated just from working part-time as a student. all the way up to full-time now, of course. But I still think it's very interesting because when I decided to contribute to this account, this pension account, it's for a pension, I was just thinking to myself, I didn't know much about personal finance and how it works now, but I did think to myself, like, I had the habit of saving, and I was thinking, okay, so it's automatically saving 10% of my paycheck. Worst case scenario, I just cash out the money later. Like, but I think what really helped is it just gets you into the habit of saving, and now I'm just very used to not getting lots of my paycheck in my take-home pay. So and it's clearly added up over time. What's nice about it is if I kept going in public employment, I would hit the age and service I would hit the service requirement before I hit the age requirement, which is annoying. It used to be like 30 years any age, and now it's like 32 years and age 55. But I just think that's still very interesting. Of course, I must stay sane long enough to get to that, but if I wanted to, like, if I hit the service requirement when I'm 52, and if I get enough money going, like, in my other accounts, I could just use my other money before I get my pension and start my retirement earlier. So just that alone, just between my Roth IRA, I'm like, I want to do a video about FIRE, but I feel like I can just sum it up by going like, okay, if I stay in my pension account, if I continue to get regular raises and keep going with my job and my career, and I keep investing, like maxing out my Roth IRA, like if I do that every year, I will have more. Almost obviously then, inflation, account for that, but like just doing those two things alone will put me in such a like good financial position that I can naturally retire early between the ages 52 and 55, so 55 at the latest. Of course, if I can retire even earlier than all that, I want to. But that's pretty cool, It's interesting. I actually think, of course, notice this tracking amount right here, $40,747. This is how much I made in my first full-time job. Like, exactly how much I made in my first full-time job after college. Didn't like that job. It was a call center, but that's still kind of funny. I updated my 457B, so my supplemental retirement. It went up by like $3. So there's that. Unfortunately, my student loan balance changed, and not in a positive way, because AgeVantage is a bunch of liars and cheaters and dirty, dirty freaks of the world, as Taylor Swift would say. They mess some things up, as they are known to do, because there's no requirement to be good at anything anymore. What did they do? I had to figure this out on Reddit, but I think this is accurate, even though it is annoying. So my balance now is $18,650.05. So that payment I made, because I made a payment last month, I'm at a balance higher now. And the interest is not accruing. The reason why this happened is because they messed up the save plan when they cut interest off. So they added it back on and don't even tell you. That was lovely. But this makes my net worth now. And now I'm wondering if this is going to be accurate. Well, let's see. All dates. So honestly, it's like the exact same. It's slightly higher than when the last time I talked about this. Slightly lower, I guess. Okay, so my net worth is kind of the exact same. So how interesting. But yeah. Oh, I'm overspending actually. Hold on, let me cover this. Groceries. Done. Is it gonna update? Okay, there we go. Thank you for watching. If you want to like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps support my channel. I hope you are having a good month of February so far. Let me know how you're feeling about this month. I feel like it's just such a blasé. It's just like okay, whatever kind of month. But yeah. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Otherwise, I'll see you all on the next one. Bye now.